Okay. Hi Anthony, nice to meet you. Hi Kim, come and have a seat. Okay, so welcome. How are you feeling today?
Nervous?
Nothing to be nervous about. I'll explain a little bit about iridology and what tools I've got here and what we're going to do. Do you have an understanding of iridology at all?
No.
No? You've never heard of it mentioned or
No.
never had your eyes looked at by an iridologist?
No.
No. No. It's very exciting then. So what iridology is we can look at your eyes and we can get, by looking at structures and shapes and colours in your eyes, we can get an understanding of what your body type is, even like your personality type. We can look back, there can be signs there of what runs in your family and back through generations. So even if you're not expressing what we see in your eye yourself, it can show us what areas we might need to nurture a little bit more, just to prevent you going down that same path maybe your family has before. Things like that. It's not a diagnostic tool at all, it's just a little bit of gives us an indication, and we can tie it along with other signs and symptoms in your body to help us support your body best with nutrients and diet and stuff like that. So the tools that I have, so this is my little light that has the magnifying glass on it, and that's what I'll be looking in your eye with.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit bright, so I will just shine it in for short periods of time and then take it away. But if you need to close your eyes or you need a bit of a break, just let me know. And today we're just going to look at your right eye. We'll just start with that one and we'll work through that and see how much time that takes to go through, and maybe you can come back for another appointment and we can look at your left eye then, or see how you go and see what you want to do.
Awesome.
I also have the pen light, and this one can just help sometimes by shining in the side. It just shows a bit more depth in the structures so we can see a little bit more of what's happening there. I may not need this one today because I can see already that your eyes are a blue colour. Often they're quite helpful if your eyes are brown, just because they're so dark, so just sort of see things there. I just have, like, this is my chart that shows me the areas of your eyes and how it links to your body. So I might use this just to refer to, just to see what sections of the eye are showing up and where it represents in your body.
Yep.
And I also have a flip chart here, which might be helpful if there's anything that I'm seeing there. I could flip into the page and just give you a little bit of a look so you can have an understanding and know what I'm looking at there as well. So that's all my tools. I will pull in closer and sit quite close to you and need to touch you at times. So I hope that's okay. If you're uncomfortable with that at all, just let me know. I may also rest my hand on your face and touch around your face as well. Okay. So if you feel uncomfortable at any point, just let me know and we can stop. So obviously I need your consent to go ahead with it.
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful. So, and I will just write down a bit of information as we go, because I haven't got any of your history or anything like that before meeting you. I can jot down a few things just so I remember what I've seen and where we're going with it. I might just write it on this chart here, and and then we can do up some recommendations at the end. Okay, so just have a little bit closer. I might get you to slide your chart a little bit too. I'll turn the light on. I'm just going to have a quick look just to start off with. Beautiful. So you're opening your eyes beautifully, and I'll just get you to focus at one point on my face, just so your eyes aren't moving around and stay nice and still. Beautiful. So I can see, I'll just go again, I'll just have a little closer look at your pupil and how it reacts to the light. And I can see that it's reacting quite well, so that can be a sign, like your black pupil, how it constricts when the light comes in, it becomes smaller and it's reacting quite well and quite fast, and that can be a sign of how your nervous system is functioning and how it's responding quite well to things and working well there, so that's good. also know, what I can go on and tell you about as well now, is that your eyes are a blue colour, and they do have a greeny tinge to them, and there is a little bit of yellowing through them, which I'll talk about that later. What they say with iridology is that there's mostly a brown, a blue, or you can have the mixed coloured eye. So yours is definitely a blue eye, which we say is a lymphatic eye, and it can tell us that you can be prone to more problems to do with your mucous membranes and allergies and inflammatory type conditions and respiratory stuff as well. So does that resonate with you at all? Like,
I do get a little bit of reactive to food and stuff like that.
okay, yeah. So you do have some intolerances there?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you had any
Not respiratory.
no respiratory problems? So even dust mites and
Like hay fever and stuff.
Okay, so that would be a similar thing. So like the allergies linking to respiratory and the hay fever. So you'd be more prone to that than a person that might have brown eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I'll just have another little look there. So another thing that I'm seeing is the fibres in your eye are really tight and close together, and that can tell us that you have really good resilience. So if they were quite spread apart, if you were under stressful conditions or not a healthy environment or not good diet and things like that, you might become vulnerable to diseases quite easily. So yours are quite nice and tight, so it's showing that you can be quite strong in those situations that stress you.
Yep.
But we know eventually the strength can kind of stress us a bit more. So yeah, but it's good to have that resilience there. Okay, and looking at, there's a section of your eye, I might just show you one. I'll show you one here, called your collarette, and it's like a ring part around your black pupil, and it can show us like how your digestive system is functioning and stuff like that, and it's quite a nice size, and the fibres around there all look really good and healthy. Often if they're spreading out a lot or they're really tight, that can show like either a constricted digestive system or even pockets where it's been stretched out from constipation and stuff like that. So how would you say your bowels are normally?
They're pretty good normally.
Yeah. Would you go every day?
Yeah, every day. Mostly at the moment. Sometimes when you're a bit stressed, you're a bit more.
Yeah, and that's common. Yeah. And when you go, it's not too hard or too soft?
No, normally,
generally
pretty easy unless I'm unwell.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, so that's good to see that it's nice and irregular shape around there. I have seen a little, there is a little brown spot up around some of your fibres, which we call a gem. That's the beautiful, pretty name for it. And I'm just going to have a closer look at it just to find the exact area it is, because it's going to pinpoint what part of your body it's over. Just trying to work out. So it's just outside. I would say it's around like your clavicle vertebrae sort of area. Have you had any issues in those areas?
Clavicle, where is that?
Collarbone.
Collarbone, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What sort of problem have you had with
I
that?
had a fall off a horse.
Okay.
Never got diagnosed, but I thought I might have broken it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so there's a spot over there which could signal a broken bone or an area of stress or something like that. And what they say as well, because it's the only brown spot I see in your eye, if less is more. So the fact that there's only one there, it would probably more relate to you, whereas if we saw a lot, it might be things that have happened through the generations and not necessarily with you, more with your family.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. I'll just jot that one down here. And this will also give us a record that if you come back for consecutive appointments over months or years, we can have a look and see if your eyes are changing in any way, which they can slightly. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful. So you also have quite a dark ring around the outside. That there's a couple of names for it, but sometimes it's called a scurf ring, which it can signify like issues with your skin or your lymphatics. So if your lymphatic system is a bit blocked, it's not releasing toxins as well and stuff like that, and that can show up in your skin. So do you ever experience any problems with your skin?
Yeah, I get like a few like dry spots here and there on the elbows or whatever. But yeah, with the detoxing, I've got hyperthyroidism for that.
Yeah.
The anti-HFR, so no defect. Yeah. So I wonder if they're all linked together.
Beautiful. So something that you can do to help unblock lymphatic system and to help detoxify toxins and release that, which would benefit your skin as well. Have you heard of dry skin brushing?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Okay, so you can look it up on the internet and YouTube it and things like that, but you pretty much just get like a soft, dry bristled brush and you can brush your skin in the direction of... Ooh, I have to check. It's either away from your heart or towards. I can't remember. But you go all over your body.
Yeah.
They say it's also really good for cellulite and stuff like that. So because that's a build-up of toxins in our fat cells and that as well.
Yeah.
So, and you just do it before you shower and it stimulates all your lymphatic system to start clearing and working a bit better.
Yeah, so it's a bit like an exfoliant, but before with a brush.
But it goes deeper. Yeah, it's deeper than the skin. Yeah. Also, so a pronounced scurf ring can also mean, you have a reduced elimination ability via the skin. And also you can have a predisposition to rheumatoid problems or collagen diseases. Like, do you have any in your family? Are there anyone with like rheumatoid conditions or
rheumatoid,
like arthritic sort of stuff?
Yes, no.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think her mum had it, and her sister's got it.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. And they would probably have that blue eye as well, so they would be more prone to that sort of stuff.
I'll have to check. Mum's a sort of a funny colour with her eyes.
Okay.
I'm not sure about her sister and her mum.
Yeah,
I think no that much.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Oh, that's what else. Yeah. So the other thing with the ring around your eye. So there is also a different way of interpreting the eyes in that it more looks at, like it's the whole, the eyes are the window of your soul and how, more your emotions and your personality type and all that sort of stuff. So the other meaning for quite the dark ring around the outside of the eye, they call it the ring of purpose. So you might feel that you have a strong purpose in your life and maybe you haven't found it yet and maybe feel a little bit unfulfilled in life.
Interesting.
Does that resonate?
Yeah, I've tried a few different things in life and none of them have really resonated with me, but I think I found something.
Oh, wonderful. Very exciting.
Yeah. And LP, so we've got a course coming up next year, so we'll see how it goes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's saying there, and a strength of the person that has that ring of purpose is you have a calmness and a poise about you, and I definitely see that in you, Angie. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay. Alright, I'll just have another look and see what else we're looking at there. So you do have a little bit of like yellowing up above at the top of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
They say that can be the head zone, which can mean maybe you're feeling emotions that are more related to your mental health, so maybe a bit of anxiety or nervousness and things like that. Would you relate to that at all?
Yeah, since I've had the kids, I've definitely been a little bit more anxious. And
Okay, yeah.
In the headspace too much.
Yeah. So, and it's only slight, but it is showing that there is a bit of that clouding there. And things that you can do for that, I guess it's just, which can be challenging with children, but just trying to find quiet time, maybe even journaling, or have you tried meditation or any kind of yoga or something like that?
Yeah, I like yoga. It's good. Yeah, we go every Tuesday. It's my yoga
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're doing those things already, that's
Yeah.
fine. And have you
good.
noticed that they benefit
Oh, yeah.
how you're feeling in your head and your emotions?
Yeah. You come home feeling a different person.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
More time for the kids.
Oh, that's wonderful. How many children do you have?
3.
Oh, gorgeous. Be a busy mummy.
Busy.
And what I notice as well, so it's quite common in the blue eye, is to have a little bit of the white fibres and a white wash, like there's a little bit of white coming up in the blue eye. And my notes for that say, checking your digestion. So you said that your bowels are really good, but you think you may have some food intolerances there? Yeah. So, do you get any like indigestion or reflux or burping?
A lot of indigestion and a bit of bloating. And I know that my liver's not great.
Okay.
Lots of people have. My acupuncturist told me that he could tell that the liver wasn't working properly.
Interesting. Yeah. With your digestion though, things that might help with that, and when you see the whitewash, it can mean that a bit of hyperacidity. So you may even need some like betaine and hydrochloride before meals, just to help with the digestion of your foods, and maybe some digestive enzymes and stuff like that. Have you taken stuff like that before?
I've taken some enzymes.
Yeah.
They make a difference.
Wonderful. Yeah. And even looking at like probiotics and stuff like that, just to get some of the good bugs back in there to help with the digestion right there as well. Another thing it's saying with the whitewash is that you can often have cold extremities and have problems with your peripheral circulation, so like in the tips of your arms and your legs.
Hands and feet, I've always got cold feet.
Interesting.
My hands are cold.
So that's confirming that as well. So I can't really see anything else in your eye that stands out that's a major area that needs nurturing or an area of concern or anything like that. So that's really reassuring.
Yeah, that's cool.
What I will go through though is with the rated type of iridology, where we're looking at your personality and that sort of stuff, is looking at your eyes. There's 4 different types of the eye, and you're definitely what they call a stream type, because you don't have too many of the flower petals or the gems. You would be a stream, and what they're saying about streams is they're the binding force that hold the world together. So they're a really special group of people that have those eyes, and they're only present in about 15% of the population. So
wow, that's nice, isn't it?
Would you find that you have like a sensitivity, like you are quite sensitive too?
I find I'm highly sensitive.
And I guess you'd find, well, tell me, how do you handle that in your world?
I've practiced a lot with sitting in my own energy and holding my own energy to stop absorbing other people's, because I find it very easy to get caught in somebody else's energy. Very easy. And I can walk into a room and pick up on the energy that's in the room even. So I just try and go, it's going to be fine, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world, this is me and I'm here, and that's going to be.
And what this is saying as well is like the great gift about that person that is a stream is you know, you're so grounded because the stream, it's like the water that moves throughout the earth, and without that stream and without the water, there would be no life on earth. So it's a really special personality type to have. So it's saying that you can be quite sensitive, important to stay grounded, and that's what you're saying by sitting in that energy. You're grounding yourself, and you'll probably find even the meditation and yoga is really beneficial for that.
I find eating lots of root vegetables too.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Also that you can offer a lot of empathy and support to others, and that you are a real, like you offer that stability and balance to other people around you. So that would take a lot of your energy as well. So that's
I find a lot of people come and get stabilised by me. Which sometimes can be a bit hard, but most of the time I'm learning that's their energy, and they can have a little bit of mine because I can make more.
And that's the thing is, you know, doing those things that you know fill your cup, so that you do have enough to give, but making sure that it always comes back to you having your cup full first. So
that's it. I've got to practice that one a bit more.
We've always got something to work on to better ourselves. So, and it's saying the lesson for the stream type is just being able to trust yourself. And find your purpose, which maybe you've found now with the NLP, which will be exciting to see how you progress with that. They can often be physically active. Would you find that you're quite an active person?
If I don't get physically active, I get sort of depressed a little bit. I need to get out and do something, need to be outside.
Wonderful. It does bring up what fears you may be facing, which a lot of people would think of fears as such a negative thing, but if we know that there's something there that's challenges and something that can help us grow, it can actually be quite a positive thing. So it's saying that the stream's fears can be change, mistakes, and hurting others and being hurt. Would you relate to those?
I kind of like change. I find that I like change. But getting something wrong is horrifying. And I don't like hurting other people. That'll be that sensitivity too. And it's just saying, you know, remain grounded, which you're doing amazing things to stay grounded already, aren't you? Wonderful. Well, do you have any questions about what we've discussed today? I think that's amazing.
I love Iridology. It's a beautiful tool that we can use in our clinic.
It is amazing.
And another thing probably, you said you had intolerances already, but just reducing dairy, often it can be one of the things that can irritate the mucous membranes more and cause problems with the intolerances and allergies. And just making sure that you keep your water uptake, and being a stream, that would be good to keep the river flowing. So so that's just the little notes that I have there. I'll put this together in your file, and if you want to book a follow-up appointment or come back and we can look at your left eye, or just do a longer plan of care or anything like that. You're welcome. It's lovely meeting you. So thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Kim.